Hello, Africa. Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet again another edition of Pitchside. I take this opportunity to always appreciate people that take their time to check out this content and definitely give us feedback on YouTube. Pitchside with Tabu Peter. Thank you so much. And if you're just joining us and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe because that's the only way you're going to be able to, get exclusive content. And we keep telling you guys, Pitchside, we always strive to do things different. And today's edition is definitely extremely different. I'm seated with greatness. I'm looking for the best words to introduce the gentleman next to me. But I can tell you that South Africa has produced so much talent over the years. But my guest today is definitely up there. One of the most decorated footballers in the PSL, but also most importantly, one of the most respected players in South African football history. Themba Zwane Mushishi Shikabala joins me on pitchside today for a very interesting conversation. Sawubona Themba.
I'm Johnny.
How are you?
I'm alright, and you, brother?
I'm good, bro.
I'm good.
How come you've not asked me about how they greet in Luganda or in Uganda? Maybe you want to learn or something.
No, yeah.
I should. Okay, in Uganda.
Please teach me.
Okay, we say Jebaleko.
Jebaliko.
Then when you ask me Jebaleko, I say now Jebaleko. So you say Jebaleko, then I respond.
Jebaliko.
Now Jebaleko Themba.
Oh.
All right, I'm really excited to have you on pitch side. And just for context, for our Ugandan brothers out there who follow the PSL and follow South African football, you're looking at what, 18 seasons, 15 top performance, several individual accolades, over 15 trophies won. With Mamelodi Sundowns, a Bafana legend, make no mistake about that. But where do we start from? Shikabala and Mushishi. How do those names pop up? Maybe let's start from there.
Yeah, no, the one from Shishi started in Tembisa.
Yeah.
I was so young, man. And, in Tembisa, we play in the travel.
Yeah.
So every time when I get the ball, I travel people, they will sleep around. So people, the supporters will always say, Mshishi. So that's when it started, So, and the other one of Shikabala started here at Sundowns.
Yeah.
Because they started with Shika. All of a sudden, it's Shikabala, the great Shikabala. Yeah, I started there.
But I'm sure you know who Shikabala is.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Another African legend at Zamalek.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
And everything.
Top legend.
Yeah. What does Mushishi mean? Slippery?
Yeah, slippery.
Anyways, you talk about Themba Zwane. Maybe for starters, let's start the interview with you explaining a brief background of where you come from and, where does Themba pop up from?
Yeah, Themba Zwane he was a young boy from Tembisa. Yeah, it was not easy. And obviously, I started to like football because there were some of the players who were playing there, like Jerry's Kosana also.
Yeah,
he won
the Orlando
Champions
Pirates
League.
legend.
Yeah, he won Champions League with Pirates.
Yeah.
And we were staying in the same street.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think he's the one who really motivate me to follow football. And we used to play in the travel, and I was playing for Tembisa Santos. Yeah, that's where I started, and I graduated. I went to M Tigers. From M Tigers, I went to Vardos.
Yeah.
Vardos FC. That's when I got an opportunity to play next to the legend of Mamelodi Sundowns, Trot Moloto. They are the ones who saw me.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I was playing in the tournament called Phillies Game.
Yeah.
In Tembisa.
I see the Phillies games on TV.
Yeah. So I was playing there. So they came to watch me through the league when it was on. Then it's December time, I was playing a Phillies game. Then they came also just to finalize their decision. So after a Phillies game, that's when they saw me. Then they decided that they signed me.
Okay, so up until the Phillies game, as Themba Zwane, like any other young player out there, people go out there to play football, but they're pretty not sure if this is something they can do as a career.
Yeah.
As one, when did you realize and say, wait, I can actually earn from this?
To be honest, for me, I was playing for fun. I
Oh.
don't know, and I was enjoying. I was playing for fun, until I realized, man, now people are start talking. No, man, we are good. I see a lot of people, and some people are the people that I don't know. They
Yeah.
said, no, we're watching you. We are good, man. If you can take this thing serious. Now this thing comes to me to say, you know what? I think I also need to study to take it serious now, because yes, as much as I'm a child, I have a dream, and obviously when I look at someone like Jerus Kosana playing for one of the big team in the country, I also want to see myself there. So that's when I started it serious, and I tried to do extras.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was interesting. Your time just before you joined Mamelodi Sundowns, how was the experience in the PSL when you just entered? How did you acclimatize? How did you get used to it?
I remember my first week, it was very difficult.
Yeah.
I won't lie, it was difficult because of the tempo, the way they were moving the ball. It was quick. And remember, when I get to Sundowns, I find players like Surprise Mrere, Tekomdis. Those are the players that they were playing World Cup in 2010.
Yeah.
So in 2011, now I'm joining them at Sundowns. It was very difficult for me, but through the support of the legend Surprise Mrere, I managed to become. I managed to adjust step by step until I find my feet.
Okay. I think that question that I really need to ask you, with that background that you've given me, is usually when there is a young, exciting player in a community,
Yeah.
so many clubs come for him.
Yeah.
Club X, Club Y, Club Z, Club. So how did you choose and you say, guys, you know what? In my heart, I'll go for Sundowns. Where does that decision come from?
Can I tell you a story? I
Yes.
wouldn't lie. No?
Yes.
I remember that week after I play a Phillies game,
Yeah.
maybe after two weeks,
Yeah.
they called the national team under 23.
Yeah.
I went for national team under 23. When I was there, I got a call from my boss, my Vardo's boss,
Yeah.
Sinkimnis. He said, hey, Sundowns, they are serious about this thing. But it doesn't tell me about Pirates. He's
Yes.
telling me about Sundowns.
Only.
Only.
Yes.
Now I'm so excited. I said, okay, for me, anytime I can sign anytime. They said, okay, on Wednesday, we'll come there by the camp and ask the coach to release you. Then they came, they asked the coach that he will come back maybe afternoon. Now we're going to Sundowns. We went there. When we get there, it was just like in and out. Here we get there, there's a contract. Everything was sorted. I just went there and signed, and I was so happy. I didn't even look what's happening in the contract because I trust Prasinki, because he's the one who took me there. Then I was just excited.
Oh,
I
so
found out later
Yeah.
about Orlando Pirates that they were interested also, but
yeah, time you had already signed,
I already signed.
and
I
you've
was so
you've
happy.
never looked back ever
Nah,
since.
nah.
I'm just here sitting imagining if it was the other side of the coin, my heart, I would have a different story
To be
altogether.
honest, I thank God for the decisions that
For being at Sundowns.
100%.
Okay, so it's quite a number of seasons that you've had at this great club, Mamelodi Sundowns. And over the years, there's been targets that have been achieved, there's been milestones that you've achieved, and all of that. Talk to me about breaking through into the Sundowns first team. Because when you signed, you didn't definitely
Yeah.
break through.
Yeah.
How were you able to do that? How was the flow?
Yeah, obviously, it was not easy.
Yeah.
Obviously, at Sundowns, the competition is very high, quality players. And one thing I learned that I needed to push myself. I needed to do extras so that I can break through. And I was patiently waiting for my opportunity. I remember speaking to Dennis and Kennedy.
Yeah.
I came back from the loan from at ACES.
Yes, Mpumalanga.
Yeah, Mpumalanga.
Yeah.
So we were in a pre-season camp. So some of the game in pre-season I didn't start. So I was telling them, I said, guys, guys,
Sad.
nah man, let me go back there, because they said, nah, don't go back there.
Stay here.
You deserve to be here. The only thing that you need to do is to fix your mind, tell yourself that you're gonna play, and stay positive and push yourself.
Yeah.
Those are the ways that I won't forget from my brothers. Those guys are my brothers, Kennedy and Dennis. They always there. And one thing I like about them, they tell me straight. If
They don't
something
lie.
is wrong, it's wrong. If something is right, it's right. Those guys are my leaders. So from there, I started to push myself and started to focus, waiting for my chance. And I got my chances. And they always put me second half. I make sure that when I come in, I create or I score. I must do something and help the team to win at the end of the game. And that's what I did until I become a first choice. Then I didn't let it go.
I'm going to explain something to you, and maybe you're going to understand because of the level you've played at.
Yeah.
You see, Themba Zwane, when you walk onto the pitch to play, with the fans out here, are giving you already 2 goals before the game starts.
Yeah.
We are sure that if Zwane is on the lineup, this is a win.
Yeah.
Then when the game starts, we begin saying, but we don't understand Zwane today. What's happening?
Yeah.
Then when the game ends and you've not won, we're like, no, Zwane is not doing the right thing.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to say that there are different phases of how people look at football.
Yeah.
You who plays the game,
Yeah.
what does it take for you to be at the highest level to perform?
Firstly, you need to be prepared for the game. You need to be 100%. And the confidence need to be high. You know, you need to take in charge. You need to be in charge and tell yourself that today I'm helping my team. That's the positive mind I always go into the field with, to say, you know what, today I need to help the team to win. You know, some of the days things won't go well for you, and obviously you need your teammate to support you and try to push you, and you will try, but days are not the same.
Days are not the same.
Yeah.
When you say you need to prepare for, a game, what are, maybe break it down a bit for someone watching. Is it from how you sleep, the food you eat, the
100%.
mental strength? Break it down for me.
100%. The food is very important, and the rest, you need to rest enough, sleep early. You know, you take your time so that your body can be fresh, and you drink a lot of water. And obviously when the game is near, you try to do the basics, stretch more, take your time, maybe 5 minutes, and think about the game. All the positive things that you could do in the game, and it helps a lot.
How much do you watch your previous games? And like you at home, you play, you put in the tape, Sundowns versus Stellenbosch.
A lot.
Then a lot.
A
And
lot.
how does that help you become better as a footballer?
It helps because you analyze yourself as a player. It's very important to watch yourself so that you can check your mistakes, check where you can rectify, and all the good things that you did in the game, and try to improve them also, because there'll always be a room for improvement in everything that you do.
Okay, I'm going to take you back to Sundowns. That when you broke through, there's a time that Sundowns team was, even now of course, but there's that period where the dominance was solid even on the continent. You had that generation under coach Pitso Mosimane, the Kigandolis, the Tekos, Kama Billiard, Denis,
Denis
when he was in
Onyango,
goal,
Kennedy,
and all of that. Tell me about working under Pitso Mosimane as Shika. Just how impactful was he on your career?
No, Pitso Mosimane is an amazing coach. The communication that we had, it was very amazing, and he's a coach that demands a lot. He demands a lot because of when there is a Champions League playing, maybe Madrid or Barcelona, he expects you to watch. He will call you and remind you. Then he asks you what's happening. You need to explain to him through the phone, and that time you are watching the game, no, this and this, this and this, because he wants to see you to improve as a player, and he's an amazing coach. And like in the team, we're like brothers, we're telling each other truth, we're fighting, we're pushing one another. That's why we see the brotherhood. That's why we dominate so long, under him. and he built a structure that is amazing at Sundowns, And for me personally, I really appreciate working with him.
One of the things that have kept big football or sports institutions together, especially performance on the pitch, is experience.
Yeah.
When you look at the Chicago Bulls team in basketball, the Jordan era, when you look at the Golden State team now, Steph Curry and all,
Yeah.
when you look at your team with Sundowns, the experience that you had,
Yeah.
I want to know, how was Pitso Mosimane able to, first of all, mix experience and youth, but also handling the dressing room? Because you have Shika, you have Denis, you have Kama, you have different players, all those superstars. You're in that dressing room.
Yeah.
How was he able to do that?
I think our senior players that time they played the big role.
Yeah.
They played a big role because most of the time Coach Pitso was speaking to the senior players to control the changing room, because he knew that having good superstars in one changing room is not easy. Yeah, but I think the senior players, they keep us calm, and they always push us. The discipline there, it was another level.
It was another level.
Another level, because once you go out of the way, they put you on the side, the team carries on winning. So that's what we learn. That's what we learn as youngsters. That's why we always on our toes, try to perform, try to be there for the team. The pitch was very important for us.
Yeah. So the other thing is that as you play football, as you perform better, you also earn bigger contracts.
Yeah.
And rightly so. You have the money. It's you've worked for it. But how are you able to make sure that you make the right decisions in terms of investment? I have seen stories where Coach Pitso was telling his players that no, you've gotten this money, buy a house, do this and do this. What is your experience with Coach Pitso in line with investing?
Investing, yeah. I remember when we won Champions League
2016.
Yeah. Immediately came to me. He said, "Hey, man, let's have a conversation." I said, "Okay, no stress." He said to me, "This money that is coming, the bonus of Champions League, you need to buy a house immediately."
And all of the money, the president said, I'm giving the money to all the players.
All the players.
All the money went to all of you.
So Coach Peter said, you need to buy a house. You need to invest some of the money. I will try to get some people to help you from the bank.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I really appreciate him, because not all the coaches, they do that.
Yeah.
But he shows that he cares about us. He wants us to invest so that we can have a better life after football.
Okay, which is very, very good. And I think he did that to other teammates of yours as well.
100%.
And they made the right decision. Yeah. So let's talk about the emotional part of this interview. For over 12 seasons, you've shared the dressing room with arguably one of Uganda's best exports. He's a legend. Yeah. We worship him. We appreciate him for what he's done. Yeah. Denis Onyango. From you, Shika, describe Denis for me for the time you've worked with him.
Denis. I met Denis 2011.
Yeah.
When I signed with Sundowns, I signed 2011. Then Denis arrived after 6 months.
Yeah.
Amazing guy. One thing I learned about Denis is he respects people. He cares about people, That's why we become so close, And he's the guy that will always try to boost your confidence, motivate you, And you can see when you are down, that you will get a call from Denis to say, let's go, brother, let's push, And Denis obviously won leagues at Super Sport.
Yeah.
When he came to Sundowns, like some of us as youngsters, he was trying to teach us to say, you have to win. You have to adapt to that mentality of winning.
Yeah.
He played a big role. Even today, I'm the captain of Mamelodi Sundowns, but I still, before I make decision, I still consult Denis. I said, Denis, this is the situation. What must I do? Then Denis is the one who directs. He's the one who directs us the team. Even now, he's our leader. We can't speak before Denis. We need to wait for Denis to tell us what to do. Then we follow.
That's how big he is in the dressing room.
He's big. He's big. He's playing an amazing role. I got so much respect for Dennis.
And maybe in that same aspect, Shika, you see, when you play for a team for a while, sometimes you're not going to play the same way you played when you started.
Yeah.
And there's a perspective out there that when you reach that point, people think, no, that's it, you're done. You know, you is in the inside. Just how crucial is it that even when someone is not playing on that pitch, they are very, very influential to the team,
Yeah.
and they help them. Just how impactful is that? Because I know in your career at a certain point you've seen some of those things happen. Yeah, but from your perspective, how crucial is a senior player on the team?
It's very crucial because of senior players. They are the one who reminds the young ones the culture of the team to say, guys, here we always want to create history. We always want to make history. We always push ourselves. We always want to dominate. That's the culture of the team. We can win 10 games, still not enough.
Yeah.
And try to remember that Mamelodi Sundowns, if you draw, is a lose here. It's different. So senior players are very important to always there for the reminder to keep the changing room calm, because sometimes you get some of the players when they play well now they start to relax, they start to come late. That's when senior players come in to say no, this is wrong. We need to go this way. You know.
And make it happen. Shika, because of what you've said, I have a present for you.
Yeah.
Allow me present it to you. It's only fair for me to bring you this one. It's pitch side. Ha! There you go.
Yeah.
So allow me present to you
Yes,
sharp
sir.
winner.
Yes, sir.
Hey, sharp.
Look nice. No?
Yeah. Nice, man.
Thanks, brother. Thanks,
Hey,
brother. I really
man.
appreciate it.
Thank you. Ugandan now. You have one passport. I've added your second one. You have two passports. You have two passports, Shika.
Yeah.
The second one, I'm going to bring it at the Champions League victory party.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to bring it because I know the 6-0, 1-0 away. And
Away.
yeah. The second star.
Second star.
It's coming.
You know.
But let's talk about Mamelodi Sundowns. Over the years you've been there, there's been a lot of changes.
Yeah.
When your generation came, you know, you brought a winning formula under Coach Pitso. The Champions League 2016, you know, you played at the FIFA Club World Cup, and everything continued.
Yeah.
Your time at Sundowns, how has it been? What do you think has been the factor for that team to actually come in there and shake up the Soweto Giants?
It's the mentality. One thing I know about Sundowns is the mentality is different there.
Yeah.
The team always want to win. And I remember when Coach Pitso left, then Coach Rulan and Coach Mangov and Coach Steve took over. There was not that much change, you know. Yes, maybe in terms of play, but in terms of mentality, we didn't change. We still wanted to win more, and try to improve as a team, you know. We always, when the season starts, we always go back to the previous season and try to check the numbers. Then we set ourselves a standard to say, okay, this season we need to beat these numbers of last season. That's how we always want to improve. We want other team to learn from us, you know. Yeah, it's just a mentality.
Okay, very important to have a very good mentality. The Champions League, it's one of those very difficult competitions. When you won in the 2016, people thought maybe you'll come back a bit sooner, but it took you a minute to return to the finals. You've done back-to-back finals now. But tell me about your experience playing in the Champions League.
Champions League is always difficult. It's always difficult, even the challenges. You know, but even the travelings.
Yeah.
I feel now is better. It's better because now we have a charter. I remember 2016 when we won Champions League, we didn't have a charter. We used to travel. We always connect to Ethiopia. Then we go to the final destination. It was very difficult, but as I said, the mentality, the team that we had, even the players that we had, we always push one another. We know what we want, you know. But Champions League, what I like about it is you individual as a player, you improve. You get to see your standard where you are, you know, competing at the high level with top players, you know. And Champions League, it brings you as brotherhood to say, will you go to war with these brothers?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we learned through all these years, and it really built us as a team and individual.
For the PSL, I don't think you're going to say the same thing. You're
Mhm.
now 8 straight titles. Aren't you bored? You're going to win it anyway. Eh? But for the dominance on the local scene
Yeah.
has in the PSL. I mean, what's your take on that? The dominance that the Sundowns has had in the PSL.
Yeah, we had to dominate. We had to dominate. That's what we wanted as a team, to dominate the PSL. We know that it was not going to be easy, but we had to push ourselves and try to win as many trophies as we want. Even now, we still want to win more. It's not enough.
Yeah.
It's not enough. And yeah, I think PSL is the one that was always preparing us for Champions League.
Oh yeah, so it's in the DNA for you to keep winning.
Yeah, it's in the blood.
Okay, the final. Just how crucial is this final coming up for Mamelodi Sundowns? Last season you reached the final, lost to Pyramids. Maybe let's start from last season. What's your take from that final? You think maybe a few things lacked?
Yeah, I think so. I think the last final, in terms of play, we played well.
Yeah.
I feel like we didn't take our chances. Champions League, we don't get so many chances. We get one or two. We have to take them because the games are always tight. I think that's what we lack last final.
So this time round, how ready is the team? How ready are you to have a second Champions League medal?
I think as a team we are 100% ready. We have learned from last season. I think going to this one, we know what to do. We know what we expect. I think, and we just have to take our chances and bring our A game in the day.
All right, there's this thing that Sundowns has sort of created, bringing in players from South America.
Yeah.
Brian Leon, he's been so amazing. You can even go back to Castro and all. How have you been able to work along with these players as Shika? And what are some of those things that you feel they've brought to the Sundowns team?
I mean, those are top players. Starting from Castro, even now Leon, Nascimento. He was top, no?
Yeah, top
100%.
defender.
Rivero. And we always communicate with people always ask me, how do you communicate with these guys? I said, it's football language, the way we understand each other, and most of the time it's our responsibility for us. When they come, we just make them feel comfortable as soon as possible so that they can adjust. We know that when they feel free, when we do jokes, training, obviously they're gonna perform in the pitch. That time they are free, they are comfortable. If they want to tell you something, they will come to you and say, hey, what that's very important. And it was very important for the team to straighten up, bring those quality players, because we know our aim is to dominate in Africa.
Yeah, very good. And Leon has hit the ground running.
100.
Yeah, he's pulling the strings so well there. When you sit back and read all those achievements that you have and all those things that you've won, how just proud are you as Themba Zwane, especially from the background that you've come from?
To be honest, I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself because I know the journey.
Yeah.
It was not easy. There are some of the stages where I felt like I can give up, but I didn't. I still keep on going, still keep on pushing myself. And today, when I look back, I said, I really pushed myself, and I'm proud of myself, of the things that I've achieved. And I still feel like there's more coming.
You've inspired so many people.
Yeah.
I think the ambulance of Tembisa is also inspired.
I think
Isn't
so.
he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and you're so happy that
I'm happy
Tito
that
is out there playing good football.
100%. I mean, it's the one who's gonna take in charge, of representing our Tembisa.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're expecting him to show up.
100%.
That's very
But
good.
the way it's coming all right. He's doing well, I'm so proud of him.
Okay, Tito Masangwanyi is the person we are talking about here.
Superstar.
So-
Yeah.
yeah, so you mentioned when you started the interview that in 2011 when you joined Sundowns,
Yeah.
you found players who had played at the World Cup.
Yeah.
Where were you when Sipiwe Shabalala scored that goal at the FNB? Do you remember?
I was there in Tembis.
Yeah. You are watching on the small screen.
I was watching in the small TV.
It's unbelievable, man.
Yeah, no.
Today, Themba Bafana, Coach Hugo Bruce, not too long ago, was speaking fondly of you, how you understand the game, how much respects you as a player. How do you feel representing a nation like South Africa?
It's always feel good to represent the national team. Each and every player wants to see himself in the national team colors. So whenever given a chance, yes, I need to make use of it, and I'm so proud. I'm so proud to represent the national team.
All right, the AFCON 2025, Bafana showed up but didn't exactly go too far. Maybe many said Zwane should have been there. What's your take on the Bafana performance there? And not being at the AFCON.
Yeah, obviously I was a bit disappointed not being there, but to be honest, so it was a decision that I respected from the coach.
Yeah.
And but I was supporting the team. I think we did well. The last game, I felt like we should have won that game against Cameroon, but we didn't take our chances. But we played well. A lot of guys show up on the game, and it happened. It's football, and
So there's another chance, Themba. The chances at the World Cup. The one that you watched in Tembisa.
Yeah.
You could just spin that pitch in Mexico, USA, and Canada. Bafana back at the World Cup after a minute. And everyone is really excited to see the Bafana team. They're one of the 10 African nations at the World Cup. From your perspective, how excited are you ahead of this World Cup coming up?
I'm so excited. I mean, it's always good to see our nation there in the World Cup. And for me, I would like to see myself there.
Yeah.
Obviously, I still have to work hard, finish the season on the high note, and try to convince the coach that I also deserve to be part of the squad that is going to the World Cup. And just looking forward to the World
Just
Cup.
looking forward to that one. What do you make of the Bafana group at the World Cup, and maybe holistically, what do you think will be the difference for Hugo Bruce's team?
I think the group is not an easy group.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's World Cup. It won't be easy. I think we can push as a team. We can push. We have the quality players. We have the team that can go there and do well. Obviously, we know that the first game will be very, very crucial. I think if you can get the results on the first game, things will open up.
Things will open up.
Yeah.
Maybe you could rally Bafana fans ahead of the World Cup. What would you tell them? What should they expect?
Supporters, I think they should expect the good performance, and good performance.
Good performance.
100%, yeah, good performance.
All right, for the Themba Zwane brand, the Themba Zwane fans, what's your message to the Themba Zwane fans and even those that are in Kampala, Uganda? You have so many.
No, for my fans, I just want to say, guys, keep on supporting me. I will always keep on making you happy through my performances, and I will always push myself and always be the good example to the young ones. And thank you.
All right, Mr. Themba Zwane Mushishi. How did I say thank you in South Africa? Nyabonga mfetu. Nyabonga mfetu. Guys, we've had a very, very calm and exciting discussion with arguably one of Africa's best footballers. If you're out there and you've not followed football for a while, please respect this video and first play a YouTube video of Themba Zwane. When you watch it, you comment before you. That's how big Themba Zwane is. As you're watching this video, first play a clip, then you will know just how big this player is that we've had on pitch side. Otherwise, thank you so much for coming on pitch side. When are you coming to Uganda? You haven't come to Uganda, bro.
Ah.
What happened? Eh? Why are you not
No,
coming? You don't want to come to Uganda?
I will communicate with Dennis. Off season, then I will
Off
come.
season, you'll
Yeah,
come. Yeah, we're waiting for you. When you come, we
yeah, I
will
will come.
definitely, make sure you have a very good time because you have a
Yeah.
very big family out there, guys. Like I keep saying, please keep it pitchside, subscribe, and thank you very much for being a part of this big exclusive interview as we caught up with Mushishi Shikabala Themba Zwane of Mamelodi Sundowns and Bafana Bafana. Sure.
Away.